should be familiar now with the navigation panel. You want to hit on the course, then you want to come down to week 2, and then you want to look at the downloadable files. You want to download the essay jerk. We're going to be working on that in this lesson. And then you want to download the blank graphic organizer and the Roget's thesaurus. All 3 documents are going to be discussed in this review. Our overall goal is to use the graphic organizer and create, through brainstorming, a cookie cutter of concepts that we can reuse over and over again. So we're going to, again, create a graphic organizer. We're going to brainstorm through Roget's 177 abstractions and create a structure that is reusable and has value to us that we can use over and over again in our writing. We always begin this process with the title because the title is vital to understanding what the intention of the author was. What was the goal? What question was he trying to answer? What purpose was he trying to address? The title will reveal that to us. In this particular essay, the title being Jerk, we want to, I think, define the political correctness of what the writer is trying to convey. That he defines what a jerk is, or he makes a decision, he defines it, and we examine how we feel about it in terms of its political correctness. So always start with the title. Never forget that the title is vital. Okay, on this first building block slide, this is actually going to be my graphic organizer. I read the title Jerk, I brainstorming what that meant to me, and I came up with abstract concepts that this essay is about the author trying to define what is political correctness when we're dealing with the topic of a jerk. In this sample, we're going to look at the first paragraph of the essay, The Jerk. We're going to try to abstract some main ideas, and then we're going to expand our own interpretations by looking at Roget's thesaurus list of 177. So in step 1, analyze the paragraph. Now, I came up with my own main ideas that this paragraph is about revisit, reevaluate, and decide. If you read the paragraph, those are the words that I thought most definitely describes what's going on in that paragraph. Then I went to Roget's thesaurus and I tried to add something to revisit, reevaluate, and decide, and I came up with number 36 and number 37, superior and inferior. Now I'm going to bring up paragraph 1. My brainstorm, my first impression of paragraph 1 was revisit, reevaluate, and decide. That's what I thought the theme of paragraph 1 was. Then I'm going to go through and brainstorm through Roget's 177, looking to see if there are any concepts that help me define revisit, reevaluate, and decide. I found 36 superior and 37 inferior, relate to revisit, reevaluate, and decide, and also relate to defining political correctness if you read down. So we're creating abstract brainstorming, and we're adding them in charts throughout this building block process. Following the pattern and analyzing paragraph number 2, I came up with my main idea from paragraph 2, which is talking about the definition of the term jerk and that it requires clarification. That's all it really took. You may come up with something totally different. Step 3, following the pattern, I went into Roget's thesaurus and came up with number 57, incompleteness, as if there was an incomplete definition, as I want to abstract the main idea. So basically what we want to do is keep the numbers of Roget's thesaurus together with the concepts that you are recording as similar, because we're going to go use those numbers as we move on. In this next building block, you're going to see we've added paragraph 2, and we're just going to again evaluate what we think our own interpretation of the meaning of the abstract concepts the author was trying to reach in paragraph 2. We're going to chart our progress, and then we're going to go through and add our brainstorming session in Roget's 177 and put number 57, incompleteness, in our chart. Similarly, moving on to paragraph 3, I read that and analyzed that. The main idea to be blind to reality. Then I went through and looked for Roget to help find some more abstract concepts to build upon that. And I found number 44, mixture. There's no right or wrong, it's just my opinion, and you do the same. You read the paragraph, you try to find out what the main idea is, and then you go and try to support your main idea through looking through the 177 Roget's abstract concepts to try to expand your thinking on that main idea. By now you should be familiar with our building block process as we go through paragraph 3 and continue to lay out the abstract concepts that we brainstorm first thing that comes to our mind in our own interpretation. Then we look for help in Roget's thesaurus to add 44, mixture. We continue with the brainstorming pattern in paragraphs 4 and 5. Come up with our own main ideas in the blue boxes. Anybody can be a jerk for paragraph 4, and main idea paragraph 5. Standards of society can be a disagreeable. Those are what I came up with. You could come up with your own. And then we want to expand those to further review the abstract concepts of 90 duality and 82 conformity in paragraphs 4 and 5 as we continue to construct our own graphic organizer of abstract concepts. Here's the final building block slide as we add paragraph 4 and paragraph 5 as we brainstorm some abstract concepts and then add in our interpretation of what Roget might have to say to help us define, and we came up with number 90 duality and number 82 conformity for paragraph 4 and paragraph 5. Okay, here's a quick review of the lesson as we've just completed it. Step 1 is to evaluate and analyze your own writing for main ideas. This is the evaluation essay that you wrote the first day of class. You should have it back shortly via email if you didn't pick it up from me last week on Thursday. You want to focus on purpose and themes and questions that you have to try to address, that you want to try to address in any piece of writing that you do. You want to expand your ideas by brainstorming your way through Roget's 177 abstract concepts, looking for matching ideas. You want to bring in your own ideas and then try to expand upon them and build around them using Roget's 177 abstract concepts. Finally, step 5, you want to look for new story ideas, new topics that might fit the pattern of your new expanded graphic organizer. Because once you have an abstract graphic organizer containing many interrelated ideas that are general in nature, you should be able to very easily find other stories that you can use to fit the pattern. In essence, we've created a cookie cutter of abstract concepts that we can apply to any idea. And once you get your head around this notion that you can create and build an abstract cookie cutter or an abstract blueprint, then all you have to do is plug in some new story idea, follow the pattern, use the cookie cutter. Okay, here's my final graphic organizer. Under the title Jerk, you can see the 5 paragraphs listed on the left. Under the brainstorming, you can see how I reacted to not only the title, defining political correctness, but also each paragraph, how I decided my first reaction was to think of what the author's intent was, what his purpose was, what he was trying to say in abstract terms. And on the right hand side, then I went through and you see the list going down of all the Roget concepts that one by one in each paragraph I found. Okay, so now that I've completed my graphic organizer and you can see in the white text the reactions that I had to the 5 paragraphs, and they're numbered here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from the essay The Jerk on the left hand side of your screen. Now notice that I've reorganized those and reordered them, and you have total control. There's no arbitrary reason that you have to follow your abstract reactions, what you come up with on first glance as you brainstorm, as you read the main points of the essay. I reorganized these, and I think these fit into a nice construct. 1, blind to reality. 2, definition requires clarification. 3, not everybody agrees with the standard. 4, anybody fits the description. 5, revisit, reevaluate, and decide. I reordered them. These were the 5 first reactions in the abstract that I had to the 5 paragraphs of the jerk. As you can go past and revisit the video, you'll see that these were not in the same order as the paragraphs, and I reordered them at the end here to show you how I felt that they fit it together well. I'm just creating and brainstorming my own abstract graphic organizer. Then on the right hand side of the screen, you'll see the abstract construct number 1. This was completely out of Roget's thesaurus. Okay, so now that you know the process, now that you know how we want to address analyzing an essay, either someone else's or your own, in terms of its abstract concepts placed in a graphic organizer, then we want to go ahead and graphically organize the response that you wrote on the first day of class and submit that to me, type it up and submit it to me by September 8th. Okay, thank you very much. Thanks for being patient. Look to see you Thursday. Of course, if you have any questions about this tutorial on your homework assignment, send me an email and I'll be happy to try to explain it further.